Hey, what's up guys? DJ LaFave here with another tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an overlay using Microsoft PowerPoint. Now this video overlay can be used in any assortment of video production software that you have, whether it's OBS, that's a standalone product, free, phenomenal, really easy to use, or if you have Virtual DJ, you have the Telly Media plugin. This overlay will also work for you. I'm using PowerPoint. It's actually one of my go-to graphic creating software applications, and I wanted to start from scratch. I wanted to show you guys how I would operate this to create a general overview or overlay for your video productions that you have, whether you're gaming, you're chatting, you're live streaming, you're DJing, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to show you the basics on how to do it, and then you can apply it however you see fit to whatever it is that you're doing. So here we are. We have PowerPoint open. This could potentially also work with Keynote, with Google Slides, as long as you can output it in a PNG format. That's very important. So here we are. We got our base PowerPoint slide open right now. And the first thing I do is I get rid of this this text right here. We don't need any of that. Get rid of those boxes, all right? So we're not going to make this look as pretty as it possibly could, but I am going to make it look, just to give you the idea, the overall feel of how it goes. One of the cool things about PowerPoint is its slide is already in 16.9, so, or 16:9 ratio. So this is your standard HD display, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. It's all going to look like this, and that's really helpful. So the first thing we do is we're going to insert a shape. Let's get a shape. So the first shape we're going to do is just a rectangle, and we start at the top over here and we'll drag it over there. Now the first thing with shapes that I always do is they automatically have an outline to them, and I don't want an outline. I want a smooth border. So I go to shape outline right here, drop down, and I go no outline. So now my shape has no outline, and you'll see in the sizing right here, 7.5 inches by 13.33 inches. That is your standard 16:9 frame right there. Okay, so we have our outline right now, and the one thing that we're going to do with this shape is we're going to give it just a gradient fill, give it a little bit of texture right there, find one that goes north to south or east to west. I like north to south. There we go. So it's nice light blue up top and then getting darker at the bottom. Okay, so we now have our background. Now, what we need to do is fill in our shapes for our video feed and for our camera feed, right? So to do that, we're going to insert another shape. And what's good about doing an overlay is it doesn't really matter what size your video or your feed is going to be, because this is going to crop out the outside edges of that. So for this particular case, we're going to put the host up here in this corner, and we're going to guesstimate what that is going to look like. So we'll put a little box right here. Now for the outline, I'm going to give it a thick outline by going to shape outline and give it a 6-point weight. And then for the fill, this is the part that's important. Give it a color that you're not going to be using in your overall design, and that'll come into play in the next phase of this step. So there we go. We're going to do green right there. Green's going to pop nice and easy. So we've got a little contrast with the outside right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it some contour. So I go up here, click on the shape, click Shape Effects, and then I'm going to give it a bevel. And you find the bevel that works for you that kind of gives it a little shape to it. We'll go with this one right here. It kind of makes it pop a little bit. So then I'm just going to take this one that is made, copy, and paste it. And the same thing, I'll go up here, and just to make sure I get the 16.9, make it the full length of the screen, and then go to the bottom corner and hold the Shift key as you bring it in. That's going to keep the perspective exactly the same. So now you've got your video feed right there, and you can resize it as you see fit. I'm going to leave it right around there, move it over to the edges just a little bit. So now we've got our whole game feed here in the middle. We've got the host is going to be in this corner, right over here. Move him over a little bit. We want people to be able to see the display, right? See the display. And then we're going to add one more for your possible chats that you're bringing up here, right? So chats could be coming up on the screen, and I'll show you how to do that with a screen grab feature. So then we'll center that out right there. We'll bring the chats down just a hair. Now the chat can have a smaller outline. You want to fit more of the chat showing up on the screen. So we'll make the outline of that shape maybe 1 point, okay? And you'll notice that the color kind of changed a little bit. It shouldn't affect us too much, but just to be safe, we're going to make sure that the outline of this one is eyedropper, and we'll grab the same color right there. Right there. All right, it didn't take that, but we'll see if this works. Okay, so here at this point, you can add your logos, you can add your text, you can add whatever it is that you want to have to be static on the screen. So for this case, I'm going to insert a picture, and I'm going to grab my logo for Denville Radio. And we have a transparent logo that I've already created. We're going to throw that in there. Again, hold the shift key down, and it will keep the perspective. And we can also add another logo of insert picture. And we'll do this block logo right here and bring that down right like that. Okay, cool. So now we've got our logos. We've got everything looking good and fancy. And this is your general layout, however you want to do it. If you want to write chat underneath, or if you want to write the host name right here, a little description of what it is that you're doing. And then what you're going to do is click over here on this side to the open space, the drop down button for new slide, and do blank slide. Go back to your previous slide, click into the slide, Control A to select all, and then right click, copy, bring it on down here, and then paste as a picture. Paste as a picture. And right now when we go to format, we check our shape, 7.5, 13.33. That means our shape is all good. Now the trick of this is, now that it's a picture, there's a cool trick in PowerPoint. You click on color, and then you click on set transparent color, and then you just click on that green. And now all of our green has gone away, and we have a transparent fill, which makes this a true overlay. So now I've got everything I want right there in a simple high level, and then we're going to save it as a picture. We're going to put it in my tutorial bucket that I created for this specific thing, and we're going to call this the overlay. Okay, so now you have your overlay picture. I'm going to show you how to bring that up into Telemedia, which is a plugin that you can get some functionality for free, but you can also get a lot of functionality if you pay the $40 to Don and really get the full function here. So to get to Telemedia, it's going to be under your video effects bar. You're going to click the drop down button and activate it, and now it is activated. Now I'm going to click the gearbox to bring up Telemedia, and I already had it open, so we got to click it again. There we go. So now it's open right there. Now to see what you're working on while you're doing it, activate the video box by clicking the video box right there. And we got to find out, where did that video box go? There it is, right down there. Perfect. Okay, so step one is to go to your media, and now we're going to add a media box right here with your layout. Now this feature means that you could potentially have multiple overlays as long as your background stuff stays static. So now we're going to open that and we're going to do aspect. So we want to make sure the aspect is correct. And then in layout, click on layout. Here's our media that we just brought in. Drag that box all the way up. So now we have, you see our overlay. And you'll notice on the right-hand side here of the media that, or of the layout, that media is up top, then carousel, then camera. That is the order that things are going to be presented in here. So next I'm going to go to camera, and I'm going to turn my camera on. We're going to click start, stop, start, stop, start. There we go. Now that is because I'm also recording in this on the other side. So we're going over to layout, and we're going to move things around. So camera's on top, which I guess means it's on the bottom. There we go. We'll figure this whole thing out. So now when we just go to camera, inside the layout bar, you can resize your camera, and then you can move it around. And now the size and shape of however your box is doesn't matter. You see how there's a nice little overlay there? We've got no issues going on whatsoever with any cropping or anything like that. I am now fit inside of this box, which is pretty sweet. Now we can move over to Telly Visuals to get your video feed. So now I'm going to do the click drop down again, open up Telly Visuals, and click the settings box, bring Telly Visuals on over here. So now we have a blank screen for Telly Visuals. Make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see. Okay, so we want to fit a panel in here that's going to show maybe a music video of some sort. So you're going to add a panel, create new panel. We'll do it as a basic panel, and bliggity splat. There it is right there showing up on the screen. Now when I move this around, you'll notice it's going behind my overlay, right? So it's behind my overlay. So our overlaps don't really matter too much with this. We'll make it the right perspective. As with all panels in Telly Visuals, I go to the panel attributes, I get rid of the border, I get rid of the color, and that was just to let you see that it is in fact there. Okay, so now all you have to do, oh, sorry, that wasn't in the screen. Right here, you get rid of the border, get rid of the color by unchecking these boxes, and you can make it proportional by clicking on this box right here. That makes the size the way that you want it to be. Right now, again, 16.9 is the aspect ratio that we're going to. So now all you have to do is click on Use VDJ Video as the image, blam, and so when you're playing a video through all of this, it's going to show up in the background. So let's go and find a video, hopefully on my drive. That's easy to find and get on here. Proper planning would make these things always work so much better, right? So we're gonna go. I don't know. There's a video. We'll see what this is. Throw it in, and bam! It's one of the videos that I had made right there. So now it's going to show up right like that. We've got videos that once I hit play,
all right,
bam, they come on through.
Check.
So that is really the basics right now of how you would get a video in there, and then how you would get a picture over here. Now, say you wanted to get chat from your screen also on your screen here. That's as simple as opening up Screen Grab, and then opening up the settings for Screen Grab, which are going to be right over here. Click on Show Source, which now I have a source coming in. Bring that into the display so you can see. Now imagine that this this title track right here is my chat thread coming through. So line the source up with the bottom of where you want that chat to start showing, and then change the shape of it right then and there. And all you have to do is click position. Your position box comes up, and you can bring it over, and you can bring it down, and now it's going to fit inside of your chat box that you created. So you can pull your images off from the web and bring them in there. So I hope that is helpful for you to teach you how to make it. You can always make this obviously much prettier. You can add your text in PowerPoint, or you can add your text in Telemedia, or you can add it through OBS. For those mixing with music and whatnot, Telemedia really is a awesome tool. So we're going to throw one more video up in here. We're going to play the video, and now you can see that the video is playing. And all right, there we go. You have your video inside your screen right there. You have your video, you being on the screen right there. And very simple. Important things to remember: .png field is what's going to give you that transparent background, and then you can format it and shape it however you like. You can make the sizing, more correct or whatever. That really just has to do with an aspect ratio. So now when I bring this up, you can see it in large form. Kind of what it looks like. There you go. I did a karaoke party over Zoom to celebrate a 10-year anniversary of a dance group that is comprised of children with special needs. So it was a lot of fun. They were able to sing and dance and have a good time over that. So there you have it. That's my quick tutorial on how to create an overlay. If you were to be using OBS, I guess I can bring that on over here and show you how to do that. So let's get rid of this over here. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Bam. So there's our fantabulous picture in a picture in a picture. If you're doing OBS here, all you're going to do is click Add a Source. You're going to click on an image, and we're going to say OK for that. And now we're going to go find that same overlay image that we found earlier. It's on my desktop in my tutorial bucket. And I'm going to click on Overlay and click OK. And then click OK. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring my camera up front here, right, like that. Bring Droid Cam up. There we go. So you can see that it's overlaying my display grab. And that is really how you're going to just add a overlay picture. You can then reshape it to size it to fit in your window box right here, however you need. But you see the concept behind that is that it's going to overlay on top of any of your graphics and however you situate your sources. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys learned a little something new today. And if you have any questions, make sure you hit them in the comments, like and subscribe, and we'll keep coming with these fun videos. DJ LaFave for Denville Radio, out.